fans, Jay Wellington RoboFail here to bring you this month's video review. Now since it's Halloween, I figured we'd delve into one of the most anticipated horror games of the year. Its predecessor was hailed as one of the most frightening games of all time, capturing the imagination of gamers and squeezing every fear gland we knew we had. That's right, today's game is Amnesia, a machine for pigs.
I'm gonna be honest, though I own the original Amnesia, I've never actually played it. Like most of you, I've seen clips here and there on YouTube, but I haven't actually sat down to have the experience, so there won't be many comparisons between the two. Besides, one thing I really like in a series is the ability to come in on any game and pick up on everything. Oh, okay. Okay, alright, yep, okay, I get it, okay, stop, okay.
Besides not actually having played the original Amnesia, I don't really have a lot of experience with the genre. The first horror game that I played was, I think, Resident Evil Code Veronica for the Dreamcast, and I played Fatal Frame 2 on the GameCube for like half an hour. And I guess I did play Dead Space 1 and 2. I did play those. But anytime that monsters sort of popped out or you were supposed to get scared, I really just got angry. I don't know why. I mean, I guess, you know, if necromorphs aren't going to do it, I'm not really sure what this game is going to be. Oh, Jesus Christ! What was that? Why am I doing this to myself?
To put it succinctly, Amnesia Machine for Pigs is frightening. And not in the cheesy, pop-out-at-you, paranormal activity kind of way, in the unsettling, mind-going 100 miles an hour, wondering what every sound is at every turn is kind of way. Though my experience with the genre is limited, I can say that this is the most scary game I've played to date. It's like the creme brulee to Dead Space's instant chocolate pudding, much more finely crafted, and not going for the easy way out. Actually, that's a terrible analogy.
Though it's almost less important than the atmosphere and the feelings it creates, the story in this game is actually really nicely done. It doesn't spoon-feed you information like most other games in the genre, and it doesn't make the plot inaccessible and strange like Dear Esther. No, it gives you a slow drip of plot and really trusts the player to connect the dots on their own. Now, over the course of this 3 to 5 gameplay hour experience, you get a lot of questions and you slowly get them answered, such that you really need to keep on playing and your mind is racing trying to figure everything out. And by the way, the 3 to 5 hour thing, it doesn't mean that it's bad at all, and it doesn't mean that it's too short. In fact, if it was any longer, I think that would be too much. It got in and it did its job. In fact, actually, a really nice feature of having 3 to 5 hours means that you can play it all in one night. I mean, that is, if you're not too scared. Jesus, stop it! Please stop it! Don't do that again!
In Amnesia, you have no weapons, and therefore no way to fight against the monsters you encounter. You must instead hide or run away, depending on the situation, which is a smart design choice for this game, since it takes away the superhero barrier between the player and the game that usually persists. You know what I mean, like if you're walking down a hallway in Resident Evil and you see a zombie, you've got a knife, you got a gun, some green herbs, a grenade launcher, a Colt 45 you can't bring yourself to use because the bullets are so rare, and even if they touch you, you can just shove them off! The arsenal and low penalty for being caught takes away the fear that those monsters should be giving you. Instead, Amnesia lets the helplessness of your limited options do the work for you to make the monster scary. If you see one of these guys, and you have no flamethrower to protect you, you're pretty scared.
Though the ideas behind the gameplay were excellent, the actual controls are kind of clunky. You see, in order to interact with objects, you have to click down on the mouse and move it in the direction that you want the object to move in. And that seems pretty straightforward to start off with, but as you get used to it, you start to realize that some objects, you don't really know what direction they need to go in. Does it go down and diagonal? I mean, do I have to do this? Best example is doors. Okay, so you run up to a door and you're like, alright, great, open it up. And you click it and you put it forward. Well, okay, it's not a push door, it's a pull door. I mean, we've all made that mistake in real life, even if the sign is on the door. So you click on it again and you start to pull it back, but oh wait, you're actually in the way because you got too close to the door because you thought it was a pull door. Okay, great, so you gotta let go and back up a little bit, and then you grab it again, and then you pull it back. But if you pull it back, it'll only get to about like a 45-degree open, and so you gotta be like, okay, well, then you have to pull it, and then you gotta sort of swing it off to the right or the left, depending on whatever the side hinges on, and just. And so eventually you get into the habit where you run up to a door, you stop, you see if it's push, and if not, you don't run too far, and then you kind of do that move. You just kind of flick it. But you really shouldn't have to get used to that. It's kind of ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, it's not a game-breaking thing, but it is certainly distracting. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if there's something wrong with the gamma setting in this game, or if it's my monitor or what, but the colors seem really washed out. Like, every time that there's black on the screen, it looks really green. I don't know. I mean, again, that could just be me, but, I mean, look at this video.
So if you had to buy one game to moisten your trousers, should it be Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs?
Absolutely. The developers have created a game with a really engaging story, really cool environments to explore, and a deeply unsettling, just creepy atmosphere that you can really immerse yourself in. So here's what I recommend you do this Halloween. You go, you turn off that porch light, and you grab your big bowl of candy you were going to give the kiddies, and you wait for them to show up at your door, and whenever they come and they trick or treat, you open the door and you say, "No! Halloween has been canceled this year because I need to find out what a machine of pigs is for, and I really hate being at peace." And then whenever you see their childlike tears just about to come down their face, you reach in and you grab a crunch bar and you just right at them. Just, really, you'll be doing them a favor. You'll be teaching them that the world is full of disappointments. Just trust me. I know about kids. I read about them one time. Anyway, this has been Jay Wellington Robofiller bidding you a good Halloween of good gaming.